The veil between our world and the next, is it always as impenetrable as we believe? There are places where that barrier seems thin, where shadows linger and whispers of unseen presences chill us to the bone, places like the haunted bridges. Tonight we journey into the darkness to explore these bridges. Structures built to connect now stand as grim reminders of tragic pasts, places where spirits cling to the earthly realm, forever bound to the sites of their demise. We have 3 bridges tonight, each more terrifying than the last. 3 bridges where spirits are said to walk at night. Are you brave enough to cross with me? Deep in, name of location, hidden away from the bustling lights of the city, lies a bridge shrouded in darkness and despair. They call it the Screaming Bridge, and locals know to avoid it once the sun sets. The bridge itself is ancient, its steel bones rusting, eaten away by time and neglect. Vines, like grasping claws, try to reclaim it, pulling it back down into the earth. But the rust and decay are the least of the horrors that await you here. This bridge doesn't just stand as a crumbling monument to decay, but as a monument to a mother's love and her ultimate betrayal. The story goes that a young woman, driven to desperation, took her own life and the life of her infant child on this very bridge. They say late at night you can still hear her screams echoing through the darkness, a tortured, agonizing wail filled with such raw pain that it chills you to your core. Some say the screams are the wind whistling through the broken railings, others know better. The locals tell of a woman in a white dress, her vacant eyes burning with a cold fire, seen cradling a small bundle in her arms. They say she walks the bridge, searching endlessly for her lost child and for anyone foolish enough to cross her path. Some have reported seeing her form suddenly appear in the back seat of their car as they drive across, her chilling reflection staring back at them in the rearview mirror, the ghostly image of a baby in her arms. But the screams are the true horror. They say if you listen closely, you can hear the baby's cries mixed with the mother's wails, a symphony of suffering that echoes through the night, a chilling reminder of the tragedy that binds their souls to this bridge. They say those who hear the screams are forever marked, haunted by the chilling sound until their dying days. But there's something worse than hearing the screams, something far more terrifying. There are whispers of a ritual, a way to summon the woman in white, to stand on the bridge at the stroke of midnight, to call out her name, and to offer her a token, a symbol of your pain. But be warned, for those who attempt this ritual seldom return, and those who do, well, let's just say they're never quite the same. They return with a haunted look in their eyes, their souls forever scarred by the encounter. So I ask you, dear viewer, would you dare to visit the Screaming Bridge? Would you brave the darkness, the chilling screams, and the vengeful spirit that walks its length? Or would you heed the warnings and stay far, far away? Our next journey takes us to a desolate stretch of highway in name of location, a place where the air grows heavy with dread, and the silence is broken only by the mournful cry of the wind. Here stands the Phantom Bridge, a skeletal monument to forgotten tragedies. Unlike the Screaming Bridge, consumed by its rage and sorrow, the Phantom Bridge exudes an unsettling quiet, an oppressive stillness that seems to muffle all sound, as if the world itself is holding its breath as you approach. The bridge is often shrouded in a thick fog, even on the clearest of nights, a spectral mist that seems to cling to the structure, obscuring it from view, as if trying to hide its secrets from prying eyes. Locals tell tales of phantom headlights appearing out of the fog, racing towards unsuspecting drivers. The deafening blare of a horn pierces the silence moments before the apparition vanishes, leaving behind only the chilling echo and the lingering smell of burnt rubber. Others speak of shadowy figures, their forms shifting and swirling within the fog, appearing on the bridge only to vanish as quickly as they came. Their sorrowful moans carried on the wind, whispering tales of woe and despair. But perhaps the most unsettling aspect of the Phantom Bridge is its effect on those who dare to cross it. Many have reported feeling a sudden wave of unease, a prickling sensation on the back of their necks, as if unseen eyes are watching their every move. Some claim that time seems to distort on the bridge. Minutes stretch into what feels like hours, and the outside world fades away, leaving you trapped in a bubble of eerie stillness. It's as if the bridge itself is trying to disorient you, to trap you within its spectral embrace. There are stories of travelers, their cars breaking down on the bridge, their engines sputtering and dying as if starved of fuel. As they wait for help, the fog seems to press in closer, the silence growing louder, until they are consumed by the darkness. And then there are the whispers, soft, indistinct murmurs that seem to emanate from the very structure of the bridge itself. Some say they are the voices of those who lost their lives on this haunted stretch of road, their souls forever bound to the site of their demise. Whatever the truth may be, the Phantom Bridge remains a place of mystery and fear, a place where the veil between worlds seems thin, and where the spirits of the dead linger, searching for something they cannot find. Chapter 3. The ghostly overpass of Name of Location. Our final destination tonight takes us deep into the heart of Name of Location, where a towering overpass casts a long, ominous shadow over the city below. This is the ghostly overpass, a place where the line between fact and fiction blurs. Unlike the other bridges we've explored, the ghostly overpass isn't shrouded in ancient legends. Its darkness is more recent, its horrors etched into the city's memory. A string of unexplained accidents and disappearances has left its mark here. Even the bravest souls tread carefully, their hearts pounding with fear. The overpass is a modern structure, cold concrete and steel, illuminated by flickering streetlights. Beneath its facade lies something ancient and sinister. It was a cold, rainy night when I first encountered the horrors of the ghostly overpass. I was drawn there by a force I couldn't explain, a morbid curiosity. As I stood on that overpass, the wind howling, I felt a cold hand grip my shoulder. I spun around, my heart pounding, but there was no one there. Then I heard a soft, mournful sob carried on the wind. It seemed to come from the shadows beneath the overpass. I cautiously made my way down, drawn by the sound. The air grew colder, the stench of decay assaulting my nostrils, and then I saw her. A young woman, her clothes torn, her face pale, her eyes wide with terror. She was huddled in the shadows, clutching a small, tattered doll. I reached out to her, my voice a mere whisper. "Are you all right?" I asked, my hand outstretched. But as I got closer, I realized she wasn't alive. Her skin was cold and clammy, her eyes vacant and lifeless. She was a ghost, her spirit tethered to this place by some unknown tragedy. I stumbled back, my heart racing, my mind struggling to process what I was seeing. The ghostly woman turned her vacant eyes towards me, her mournful sob turning into a gut-wrenching wail. I fled, the sound of her ghostly cries echoing in my ears long after I had escaped. To this day I can still hear her cries in my nightmares, a chilling reminder of the horrors that lurk in the shadows of our world. 3 bridges, 3 gateways to another realm. The screaming bridge forever echoing with the cries of a heartbroken mother. The Phantom Bridge, shrouded in mist and mystery, where time bends and spirits whisper. And the ghostly overpass, a place of recent darkness where a young woman's spirit cries out for peace. These are just a few of the countless haunted bridges that span our world, each one a chilling reminder that some wounds run deeper than time itself. What other bridges hold secrets in the dark? What other spirits walk at night, waiting for the living to cross their paths? Share your own encounters, your own stories of haunted places. Let us know in the comments below if you dare. But be warned, once you step into the shadows, you may never find your way back, for the darkness is always listening, and it's always hungry for new stories.